Good evening, I'm Laura Yamada. Paula Akana has the night off. As Maui emergency officials prepared for the arrival of the tsunami from Japan, they had another problem. The cell phones they were counting on to coordinate their response were not working. Big Island officials had similar problems. Today, AT&T said its cellular network was overwhelmed. KITV4's Daryl Huff joins us with the exclusive story. And Daryl, as many of us know by now, AT&T buying T-Mobile, is that going to help?
Well, Laura, AT&T says the deal will increase capacity, but there's a big catch to that. Meanwhile, the company has some frustrated officials wondering what they'll do in the next natural disaster.
You are encouraged to move inland for the safety of your family.
Oahu emergency agencies communicate with a dedicated radio system all their own. But on the Big Island in Maui County, emergency officials relied on AT&T cell phones.
A lot of our phones were just not working. So the iPhones especially that all of us carry, we had to resort to other uses, such as our old walkie-talkie system.
AT&T customers on Oahu, including KITV, were also unable to use AT&T phones most of the night. AT&T said today its cellular system was simply overwhelmed with calls, 5 to 6 times more than normal.
We certainly had network congestion from everybody trying to make phone calls.
AT&T said it asked the public to minimize cell calls to real emergencies, but on Oahu and Maui, that didn't work.
I was never told that there was a potential for a challenge. We just assume that when we're buying a service, it's going to work when we need it.
AT&T says adding T-Mobile cellular towers to its network will increase capacity 30% in most urban areas.
T-Mobile acquisition will, help increase network capacity.
But experts say the additional capacity also comes with additional customers, meaning only a small increase of bandwidth per customer, and certainly not answering the mayor's question of whether the network will do better next time.
We need to try and figure out why they went out and what we're going to do just to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
What was not clear is why AT&T was overwhelmed during the alert when Verizon, with a similar or even larger number of customers, was not. It could be that the iPhone's popularity means that AT&T runs out of capacity faster because so many of its customers are on the internet, not just talking or texting, Laura.
So you're saying then that there's no way for AT&T to add enough capacity to handle an emergency?
Well, other than adding tons of towers, they just don't have the capacity to change enough. The only answer right now is for the general public to be disciplined about using their phones during a crisis. And that includes not going on the internet or sending emails unless you have to, Laura.
Probably not the answer everybody wants to hear. All right, thanks, Daryl.